everyone. In this video I'm going to be updating you guys on how it's going when it comes to the relationship with my twin flame. I've been consistently on a twin flame journey since April. I met my twin flame in 2012. We worked together, and immediately when I seen him, I knew that we had shared something deeper than the average. I knew it. We were really great friends, and it kind of developed into something more because the chemistry and the magnetic energy like pull toward one another was just so strong. We couldn't just kind of like stay friends. We kind of, you know, the passion kind of snuck in. But that was in 2012. But in 2012, I was in a relationship with at the time was my boyfriend. He eventually became my husband. But because of that relationship that I was invested in, I didn't see any opportunity or any need to grow the connection with my twin flame. Now at this time, I didn't know anything about twin flames. I was probably 24 years old or something like that. I'm 33 now. I probably was like 24, 25 years old, maybe 25 years old. I can't do the math just off top, but I think I was like 25 years old in 2012 maybe. But yeah, I didn't know anything about twin flames. All I knew was soulmates and just relationships. People have relationships. I didn't know what I know now, you know, but I did feel something that was just unresistible. But yeah, I was in a relationship, and I have been in that relationship for quite a while, for some years. So I just did not feel it was the noble thing or a loyal thing to leave that relationship to pursue and invest in my twin flame, you know. So, you know, after some months of us connecting and bonding and spending time together, I kind of just cut him off. And I always felt bad about it, and something told me that I was making a mistake by cutting him off, but I didn't care. I wanted and I loved the man that I was with. So, you know, I felt like it was necessary for me to cut ties. Now my boyfriend, which became my husband sometime after, he was incarcerated. So it wasn't like he was home and we was together and I was just cheating, like I just met somebody at work and started cheating. Didn't happen like that. He was incarcerated for 4 years at the time, and he was serving his last year. So he had already been incarcerated 3 years, and he was serving his last year. And I think I was just feeling very vulnerable, very lonely. I felt like, in a sense, that I had given up my youth, and that I was just being like an old lady and just kind of not living my fulfillment, like my full life, like enjoying the things that I should have been enjoying and experiencing the things that I should have been experiencing at that age. And I felt like I was just waiting for this man to get out of jail, and just kind of forgetting about myself. So those thoughts were sneaking in, which kind of led to me looking at my twin flame in a different light. Like I started looking at him, and I just started like just seeing like, like, what is this? I was just curious. So yeah, so we started spending time together. We started hanging together, and one thing led to another, and we were sexual. And yeah. But like I said, I cut it off, and when I cut it off, I did not look back. I never looked back. We stayed in contact only through like social media, like Facebook and Instagram, but even then it wasn't contact like us like personally talking to each other. We would just like pictures here and there, but it was a mutual respect. He didn't feel any kind of way about me kind of like cutting him off, because he already knew that I was like in another relationship. So he was very respectful about it, and a stand-up guy about it, you know. But yeah, so fast forward to now. fast forward to now. If you guys don't know, you know, I lost my husband last year, and I feel like by default, by the traumatic experience of losing my husband, it created space for me and my twin flame. So one thing led to another, and we are in union. We decided to meet up last year in April, and we've pretty much been on this journey ever since. He wasn't aware of what the twin flame dynamic was, like most people are not, but I did explain it to him. And once I explained it to him, he kind of understood, and he knows. And so, yeah, but to say all that, let's get to the real stuff. The twin flame dynamic is not all roses and butterflies. It is extreme. It is hard. It is dark days. It is heaviness. It's running, and it's chasing, and it's pleading, and it's resisting, and it's so many things. It's so, oh my God, how different it is from the soulmate connection. And I think I'm going to do a video like slowly on the soulmate connection, because I got to experience the soulmate connection with my husband. I was with him for 14 years, and we were married. It would have been 5 years. It would have made 5 years last year. This year will make 6 years. Yeah, this year will make 6 years on Valentine's Day that we were married, you know, if he was still here. But I did get to experience the soulmate connection, and that was just really, really, really beautiful. We did not have a perfect marriage nor relationship, but we always were in the same vibration majority of the time. The love was always mutual, given. Nobody was giving breadcrumbs. We both knew we wanted each other, and nothing else outside of us mattered. I didn't experience cheating and shit like that with him, because he slowly, S-O-E-L-Y, slowly doted over me and only wanted me, and I only wanted him. And that's where the perfection existed, because we did not want anybody outside of ourselves. So, you know, we just had such a beautiful union, and we created children, and we shared memories and made memories, and it was just beautiful, to say the least. Like, to where I'm still deeply, deeply, deeply in love with my husband in some way, shape, or form. And I don't think that will ever leave, because I've never been loved the way that he has loved me, and I've never loved anybody in the way that I loved him, you know. So yeah, it's so different, and the best way that you can explain it is like with your soulmate, you guys vibrate at the same level and frequency. With your twin flame, you guys are the same soul. You guys literally share spirits, bodies, souls. They were split when you guys incarnated here. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, the twin flame journey is crazy, because it is so many stages to it. And at the beginning, it's all sweet, and it's just all beautiful, and it's just roses and butterflies, and you guys are just mesmerized and just like just in love. And then boom, something comes where one person or the other is just like, no, this is too good. Like, this is too good to be true. This can't be for me. Like, what's it to it? This is not gonna work. Something is gonna fail. I can't give you my all. You know, like, something comes and just shakes everything up. And again, one person or the other, pooms, gets to running, and then the other one is chasing, and then that person gets tired of chasing, and they just stand there, you know, kind of waiting for their partner to turn back around toward them. And it happens, but then that same cycle continues, and it gets very tiring, and you start to question it. But one thing that cannot happen is that you cannot run forever. You can run into the arms of another man or a woman, but you're always going to think about your twin flame and want them. You're always going to miss them. You're going to feel that pull, whether it's on a spiritual level, or on a physical level. You could be going about your day and all of a sudden you're going to hear a song and it makes you think about that person. You're going to hear a conversation and it makes you think about that person. You're going to go to sleep and dream about that person. You know what I mean? Like, you can run, but you can't hide. You can run from them, but you can't hide. And I would say I ran from my twin flame for 8 years. Now, on a logical aspect, I did not realize I was running because I'm just trying to be a good wife. Get out. I'm just trying to be a good wife to my husband. It ain't no reason for me to be looking or worried about no other man because he is my man. So on a logical sense, I didn't realize I was running. In my head, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm staying in my lane with my husband. But on a spiritual level, I was running. So, you know, now me being I ain't gonna say single, but now me being widowed and not being in a relationship, you know, naturally it drew my twin flame back in. We were manifesting each other. Like, I would be in deep thought thinking about him out of nowhere. And I noticed this started happening like February, March, like last year, around this time, I would think about him, but I would feel bad that I thought about him because I was feeling guilty. I was feeling like, you shouldn't be thinking about nobody else and you just lost your husband. Like, it's only been a year. Like, you know, I just had my lower self was telling me that it was wrong to be thinking about this individual, you know, so I was ignoring it. But I just couldn't ignore it anymore. So I kind of replied to him. I reached back out to him after he spent so much time reaching out to me, and we just been on ever since. But we go through a lot. Like, he has karmic relationships that he has not completely closed out. He's not in a relationship with anybody, but he looks at himself as a single man. Therefore, he can date and talk to anybody he wants, which is something that I cannot deny or take away from him, because honestly, he can very so well do that. But he do know, and he is aware of this twin flame dynamic. And so, you know, I stopped running, and now I feel like he runs sometime. And then we'll do that for 3-4 weeks, you know, this up and down type of thing. And then next thing you know, we're back in sync, you know. And right now, like, we are in a very, very, very good space. But, you know, we've had some issues. We had a lot of issues that kind of occurred between October and now, and we're still sorting a lot of them out, but we're in a really good space right now. We're just trying to keep respect and keep love within this dynamic. Yes.
Today I'm muffin.
Nope. We're trying to respect each other's boundaries, but ultimately I want, you know, the real deal with him, you know. But I'm learning that it's not good to rush it. Like, we cannot rush what is supposed to be. What is supposed to be will be, and it will all happen in divine timing. I do naturally manifest the things that I want in my life. So, you know, there's been times where he has not wanted to speak to me because we have maybe had a disagreement or an argument, but because of how powerful my mind is, I can draw his ass right back in. But he does the same thing. Like, when I'm not speaking to him, I can definitely feel him thinking about me, talking to me, and, you know, it's just like that. But the twin flame dynamic is not all roses and butterflies, and a lot of the time it's not even a romantic partnership. With ours, it's definitely a romantic partnership. It's so much chemistry and passion, but that's not what the twin flame dynamic is really about. It's about you two becoming your best selves and making sure that you guys bring out the things that need to be brought out of one another, you know. But before getting to that, you will have to face the ugly things, and we're still at a space to where, you know, we sometimes bring out the worst in each other, you know. But, I just wanted to share that with y'all and update you guys and let you guys know that, You have to just go with the effects of life. Just go with it and trust that the universe will take care of you. If somebody is supposed to be in your life, they will be in your life, and no one can change that. You may can change it, but even us, sometimes we cannot change what is already written. And if we have already signed contracts in the spiritual world before coming here to do a certain thing or be with somebody, then we have to do that. We have to fulfill those contracts. And it's going to be stressful. It's going to be hard because we're used to giving up when we get tired. But you can't give up on what is written in the stars. And that is my message for today. I love you guys. Mwah.